Earth's most wanted hacker?
A storm is brewing in South Dakota.
Sorry to get that. Southwest 1772, right.
And it's moving swiftly into Minnesota, bringing with it rain, hail, thunder, and wind.
Wait. Before we watch, or maybe we watch this. Oh shit. No, can we get the? Can someone link the?
Bitch, if I have to, you know why.
He forgot.
Am I still streaming?
For 8 hours, he left his stream on.
I would hope not.
I want to see.
Hey, we need help in the liquor department. We've been everywhere and on every
Snoop
bitch.
Dogg doesn't realize.
The twins, nigga, we done did it again. Two black bitches in the bin.
Where is it? Nay microphone. Wait, it's gotta be on YouTube. Okay. I'm gonna try and find it. I thought it was on LSF. Nay microphone. Okay.
A storm is brewing in South Dakota.
Sorry to get that. Southwest 1772, right.
And it's moving swiftly into Minnesota, bringing with it rain, hail, thunder, and wind. A mass exodus is taking place from one social media website to another. But there's still some survivors left behind. Album shares, party pictures. This one doesn't look any different. The user is sent to a web page, and it's disguised in a coat that makes it look normal. But the last two letters reveal its true identity. They're prompted to install a video player update.
Oh no.
This unsuspecting computer is now a zombie,
Oh no.
connected to a mesh of other half-dead machines spread all throughout the planet. A botnet known simply as
Facebook. Coop face?
You are watching Disrupt TV.
Congratulations, you won. Congratulations, you won. Congratulations.
Yes.
an antivirus company announces a discovery. Typically, URLs are hosted on a single web server through a single internet
What did I
protocol
win?
address.
Bat
If
chest.
one is found to be malicious, it's fairly
Free?
easy to chop it down from the root by blocking the IP. But these URLs are utilizing a tactic known as fast flux. In a fast flux network, the IP address of the domain name is constantly switched out, making it near impossible to find the core of the infection. Perfect for the first stage of self-propagation over the dates. In this time
Face.
period, we see variants appearing that are created from the original MySpace exploit. Targets Skype. Targets Twitter. Makes its way onto the Macintosh ecosystem. It spreads not only through social media messages, but right under our noses. An ordinary website. You can download files from here. Kubeface covers the otherwise safe download button with an HTML iframe. This sends a PDF file to
Okay,
the user
I gotta focus.
that when opened, scans the computer.
Okay.
It's searching for a file transfer.
Bro, I actually don't understand how they make this shit though. Like how does someone just program something like this?
If found, it will send out a message to the other bots, who will subsequently use the exploited username and password to make a new home within its victim.
So what does the hack do?
Each newly infected host, the botnet grows larger, creating a
Ugh.
decentralized, untraceable network that churns left, churns right, goes up, and goes down on the whim of whoever has the steering wheel.
Davey, I'm using the newsroom with how to protect your computer. Dave?
Yeah, Ron, it's really scary how easily it can infect your computer. In fact, we had a computer expert show us.
Whoa. What is this? What is this? This is sick. Oh. The intro.
It's 1997.
Okay.
The most popular website in the world is
Yahoo.
more than 17 million people
Dude,
use the site every
my
month
parents have a Yahoo email address.
to explore a new frontier
And I think
known
it's so funny.
as the internet. But
Cool
at 7
place.
p.m. on Monday, December 8th, Yahoo
Yo, Duffy, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Smoothie Blend.
anyone who opens the browser. The message reveals that the computer of every single person who's visited Yahoo in the past month has been infected with a worm.
Oh,
And on Christmas Day, in less than 3 weeks, the bomb will detonate and destroy millions of contaminated computer systems. That
what?
is, unless the hijackers' one demand is met.
What's Kevin? Who's Kevin?
Anger erupts, and over the following days, protests break out on the streets across the United States. They set
Whoa.
up camp outside federal courthouses, and from New York to California, people call into radio stations to cry out the phrase.
Who's Kevin?
In real life,
Lost to worm.
Anything else to say?
Yeah. Free Kevin.
Oh,
it's now just 1 week until Christmas, and most are asking,
Who is Kevin?
he hoists himself up and looks through the bars on his windows. But Kevin isn't a terrorist. He isn't a mafia boss, and he's not here because he wiretapped the NSA or blackmailed FBI agents. Authorities say he poses an even greater danger. Because with a single phone call, they say, he can dial into the NORAD and access the nuclear arsenal of the United States of America.
The event of nuclear weapons changed the course of the world.
Kevin might only be an innocent prankster, or Kevin could be the world's most dangerous cyber terrorist, a man who has North America at his fingertips.
Holy
To
shit.
free or not to free? That is the question.
They have to free. They have to free him. Coop face.
This is a Windows registry key. And this is that same Windows registry key modified by Kubeface. When a computer wants to connect to a website, it goes through a domain management system, or DNS. This is typically provided by an internet service provider. A VPN circumvents this by building its own bridge that handles the traffic toward whatever website the user types in. CubeFace is doing something similar, but instead of directing traffic to the website in its true form, it repaints road signs, changes GPS directions, and guides the user to wherever it pleases. YouTube, Wikipedia, PayPal,
Wow.
all resolve to IP addresses employed by the Command and Control Center. This is how the Cube makes its money.
The Cube. How to
Right
cook
there.
quinoa.
When that user clicked the link, CubeFace instantly shot his browser through a number of affiliate advertising networks.
I love
Instead of
quinoa.
the machine sending HTTP GET to Google, as it normally does, an infected machine sends HTTP GET to CubeFace, who responds with a list of affiliated links. It's only after receiving those links
see.
that the machine correctly sends HTTP GET to Google, who then returns with the legit results. The first result corresponds to the first affiliate link, and when clicked, for just a brief moment, an advertisement. After that process, the used affiliate link is scrubbed, and a new one takes its place. These systems may offer $2
Interesting.
per 1,000 users that click the
Wow.
affiliate link.
Wow.
Multiply that by hundreds of thousands of infected bots across the planet,
Oh.
clicking links all day, and at this point, CubeFace's command and control center is passively pulling in
Wow. That is a lot of fucking money.
The victim may now notice that something feels off. Their loading times are slower.
Uh-oh.
Toolbars keep appearing out of nowhere.
Oof.
And just in
That shit
time,
is so scary. Like,
a helping hand.
that is so scary. You know, like, just hackers scare the shit out of me. You ever seen, that one Black Mirror episode? Fucking, the one that, where he, like, where the guy, like, is filming through his, like, his webcam and he, like, exposes him and he has to do all this crazy shit? That one's fucked. That one's crazy.
Is offered. Similar to the Google search, a response is sent to Cube's command and control center. It responds with a list of antivirus software downloads, picks one, and displays it on the desktop.
Okay.
After the user pays, their PC remains infected, and command and control
Rolled.
gets a paycheck. We live in a world of bots. But where do these soulless beings come from?
Hey, we saw those guys dancing.
Alan Turing, a 20th century mathematician, creates the Turing test.
Dude,
In the
they didn't
experiment,
have internet
human
back
has
then.
a
Did they have
text-based
electricity
conversation
back
with a
then?
computer and another human. If he can't tell who is the computer and who is the human, then the computer has passed the test. Now we've flipped this. Instead of us, the human telling computers apart from humans, computer needs to figure out who's you and who's me and who is its robotic kin.
So you are a robot?
No, my name is Cliverbert.
Yes, you are a robot and your name is Cliverbert.
I am a robot.
Dumbass.
Yes, I know.
Together we are robots.
I'm not a robot. I'm a unicorn.
In the beginning, CubeFace uses a small portion of manually created accounts to spread initially. But now, as the infrastructure grows, it needs a way to create thousands of fake accounts to ensnarl thousands of more victims. Completely automated
Kapchka!
Turing test to tell computers and humans apart.
Oh!
Normally,
Is that what
cats
that
would be a
means?
brick wall for an
What are you? Tell us. Nightbot.
amateur bot program, but CubeFace has found a clever workaround. First, it sends the following command to Facebook. The login and password are encoded via an encrypted scheme that involves reading the letters, their corresponding
yes,
AC
yes.
values, and comparing that to a successive string of numbers from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to encrypted becomes unencrypted. New account information is sent to the social media site.
Good bot.
The social media site
It knows.
responds with another packet containing a blank bio, birthday, favorite books, activities.
Leaked.
Cube autofills this with randomly generated info that feels just realistic enough.
Okay, that
Next,
makes sense.
the site will ask for CAPTCHA. To
CAPTCHA.
circumvent this, the CAPTCHA puzzle is mirrored to the desktop of any individual in its bot army. Two things happen. Their screen is unlocked.
That's just so much power.
And the CAPTCHA for the new minion.
Like, if you were able to, like, actually just, like, make this shit,
Coopface
like, you
deploys
could do
this scheme
anything
a
you
number of
want.
times.
Like,
Millions of friend requests are sent across Facebook, and the army grows
whoa,
ever
what
larger.
the fuck are those? Barbs can hack faster. Dude, Barbs are
Cyber
fucking
investigators
crazy.
uncover an irregularity. The connection of interest is located on servers hosted by Coriax in the UK. The data flowing in and out of one of these servers matches observed data by Coopface. The command and control centers are wiped out.
Why do I keep pulling up
and
these
bots
zombies? I don't like
left
the zombies,
wandering
dude.
Without direction. Hundreds of new command and control centers appear, which ushers in Coopface's peak.
I love
with an
BTS.
estimated infected machines.
What?
The unraveling of Coopface is delivered through the very same websites it previously exploited. An
Oh,
Apache
bro,
HTTP
what?
client is used to control files to and from a web server. For the most part, it can be functioned anonymously, unless a specific option is left untouched.
Mod
This
status?
option will drop breadcrumbs that display to any visitor what type of files are being transferred to and from the botnet on the daily. This photo's metadata shows it was taken with an iPhone on September 15, 2009.
Okay.
This is a daily backup of the Coopface command and control software. Inside, an IP stands out.
Leaked.
This is programmed to automatically send a daily SMS update to 5 numbers. Updates that show exactly how much profit the network is pulling in. The numbers are searched. One is found.
Yo, what if this
An
video is a
online marketplace
virus?
for vehicle sales. License plate in full view. Another market selling sphinxes
Bro, Juke, that's what I'm saying. Like,
is registered on a number of
so are these hackers just these, like, kids, and then they grow up just coding and coding and coding and coding, and then they get so good, but instead of wanting to go work at Microsoft, they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna exploit the world. Is that what it is?
websites.
Ah.
The same BMW is found on Flickr. Also the cat.
Loki kind of like
One of the
crazy,
found
like.
email addresses on his social media page points to a corporate email called Mobsoft. The website is defunct, but the company details list an Anton K. Job listings. The numbers
Yo,
on it
Sophia, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to Smoothie Blend.
in Coop.
Being a hacker seems kind of cool, dude. I know you can exploit
Their names are
anything.
cross-referenced with their respective social media accounts. And here, they posted their vacation pictures
Oh.
publicly. Facebook doxes their full names and pictures. They are dubbed Alibaba and 4.
Alibaba.
And now, in a rather anticlimactic peak, the Coopface command and control centers simply go offline.
No, Coopface.
From that point on to our current
Dude,
day and age,
likewise, dude.
Coopface's
what I'm
original
saying.
command and control center has
It's
never
crazy.
been
It blows my
reactivated.
mind. Until.
Alibaba and 4 are off the grid. And the zombie army
Ah.
remains dormant.
Ooh, interesting.
Got him! Got him.
The end? I'd break. Okay.
Good evening, citizens of the Metaverse.
What?
And welcome to the Electronic Simulation Showcase show. Today we're looking at the sports car of at-home virtual reality hardware, the RotoChair. This gaming chair is specially designed to increase immersion in your favorite VR simulations. Plug in your HMD cables into...
I joined a bunch of phone freakers who are gathering for a party. Something like 24 people show up, each one almost as much of a nerd as the worst of a ham radio enthusiast.
Love.
The conversation inevitably gets around to one of my favorite targets, Cosmos, the Pacific telephone mission system that could bestow so much power on any freaker who could access it.
Likewise.
As we started talking, I realized the building that houses Cosmos is nearby. The guard is a young guy. I say, "Hey, how you doing? We're out late, I work here, I wanted to show my friends where I work." He says, "Sure, just sign in." Doesn't even ask for an ID. Smooth. We've been calling departments and analyzing phone company operations for so long that we know exactly where the Cosmos employees work. Room 108.
Cosmos?
A folder on the wall holds up sheets of paper listing dial-up numbers for every wire center in Southern California. Armed with this list and login credentials, I'd have the ability to
And
control
you can't
any
even
phone
fix
line in
Chrome.
Pacific Telephone Southern California service area.
Hello.
I can't believe our luck. We should have left then. But I spot a set of Cosmos manuals and the temptation is irresistible. I tell the guys, let's take the manuals to a copy shop, run off a copy for each of us, then return the manuals before people start coming back to work in the morning. It was the most stupid decision of my early life.
Oh.
We drive around looking for a copy shop but can't find one. It's 2 a.m. So I take the manuals home with me.
That's
But
where I
have a bad
live.
feeling about them. So I throw it all in some trash bags and give them to my accomplice. Tell him to throw them away or something.
What?
An unknown teenager has hacked a new network known as NORAD. It's an
Me.
organization that provides aerospace warning and protection for North America. And this kid infiltrated the system just to have a look around.
What?
The move is so bold that it inspires the film War Games.
Game, or is it real?
Journalist John Markoff gets in touch with
Damn,
Kevin,
he's
asking him
in.
to be part of his new
Easy
book of
clap.
hackers named Cyberpunk. He's gained a reputation as a master of social engineering. It's the art of deceiving people into sharing valuable and confidential information for fraudulent purposes. But he's not interested in the money on offer. He wants to maintain a low profile, so he refuses to be part of the book, much to the displeasure of John Markoff. On a hot summer's day in LA, Kevin pulls out of the Stephen S. Wise Temple, where he works as a receptionist. In his rearview mirror, he thinks he sees a group of 3 men following him in a Ford Crown Victoria. He pulls a U-turn, and sure enough, they do the same.
Yo, Pac-Man, 6
Kevin
hours.
speeds down the I-405, and the car races after him. Suddenly, one of the men places a cop car flasher on the roof of the car, and now the sirens are crying out. Kevin pulls over. The officers rush up.
What?
They scream. Kevin is dragged out, handcuffed. His car is ransacked, but there's no signs of any bomb.
You're not gonna find it!
He's hauled to the station. The officers don't find a logic bomb, but they know about a crime Kevin committed. A friend told the police everything.
Oh no.
He's sentenced to 12 months in prison, followed
Oh.
by 3 years of supervised release.
Not
He
bad.
sits in the courtroom, betrayed and alone. His attorneys plead with the judge that his hacking is an addiction rather than criminal behavior. They say
That's
the
so
young man
great.
needs help, not a prison cell. Kevin rises and pleads his case to the judge. By now, he's a veteran in deception.
Wait.
The judge agrees and orders that Kevin serve his sentence in a halfway house for those with compulsive disorders. Kevin laughs as he's listening to the ruling. He was arrested for tricking his way into a computer system, and now he deceives the judge into thinking that he's the victim of his own crimes.
What? Easy clap.
It's a few weeks until supervised release ends, and the demon on his shoulder is whispering. He starts learning about Pacific Bell, a telephone company based in California.
Hacked the judge with
An
his
idea
brain.
appears. If he gets caught, he'll be sent to jail, but if he doesn't, then he'd have fooled the authorities right under their noses. Soon, he has all the passwords and credentials he needs to take control of the company's voicemails. Kevin is on the run for 2 years. He loses 100 pounds.
Wow.
When he learns that how a criminal walks is the #1 way they're recognized, he puts pebbles in his shoes to change his stride.
No
He
shot.
uses over a dozen different names. His favorite is Eric Wise. He begins a crime spree that infiltrates
Yeah,
the
Juke.
world's biggest
Just
company,
say,
Nokia.
I would say,
The company
I always
that
say,
they
yeah,
were
I'm actually taking a break right now. Like, and then that's it. Like, I know, dude, it sucks. Like, it's always awkward for me when I get that question. I'm always like, yeah, I live in Los Angeles. Like, oh, what do? You act? No, not really. And then I just tell them I'm on a gap year. And honestly, it's like, you'll be good. I know, it seems like
Kevin
they
sips
want
his
you to be a
coffee as he
fucking
reads the paper.
scientist at
Suddenly,
NASA or something.
a chill passes
Always
down
will
his
be like
spine.
that. It seems like.
FBI agents take their positions outside the house in California. They see their target sitting inside. Burst in and draw their weapons.
I feel
The
you,
man
Juke.
denies that he's Kevin Mitnick.
Oh,
He's a Middle Eastern immigrant. Doesn't even own a computer.
Kappa.
More than 2,000 kilometers away in Seattle,
Always
Kevin
Seattle.
throws his paper to the ground. His name emblazoned on the front page of the New York Times.
Ooh. Oh.
Kevin is adamant the stories in the articles are lies. He never hacked into NORAD or wiretapped the NSA. But if you believe Kevin, then you shouldn't trust anything you've heard so far about Kevin.
What?
He takes on mythical status.
Aw,
overnight.
shit, Juke.
The little-known prankster is now public enemy #1 of cyberspace. Kevin walks the streets of Seattle in a daze. Many of the passing faces on the sidewalk seem to be staring straight back at him. He hears the faint sound of a helicopter in the sky, feels his heart beginning to thump. No one seems to notice the helicopter, but they do notice Kevin. He hurries into the courtyard of an apartment complex and uses the tall trees as cover, peering through the leaves. Kevin tosses a package into the bushes and bursts into a full-on sprint.
What?
He gets away. But from what?
Exactly. What is it? This is so well made. I'm amazed, dude. Actually amazed. Is this real? Yes.
One of America's top cybersecurity experts is finalizing plans to leave for a ski vacation the next day. And suddenly, his own computer is hacked. His phone rings.
No shot.
Your security technique will be defeated. Your technique is no good.
To someone like him, the attack and subsequent taunts are an act of war. He sets up a
Shit.
series of stealth monitoring posts and creates his own software to track the hacker. He waits in silence until the alarm is triggered. He traces the intruder to a computer modem connected to a cellular telephone somewhere on the East Coast. A man steps out onto his balcony in Raleigh, North Carolina, when suddenly a chill passes down his spine. The FBI agents take their positions outside the house. They see their target sitting inside. Journalist John Markoff watches from the street. The agents burst in and draw their weapons, but find nothing.
What?
The man furiously denies that he's Kevin Mitnick. He's so convincing, the FBI agents are about to leave.
No shot.
But then, an agent notices an old ski jacket in the cupboard. He empties the pockets, and out falls a pay stub.
Nerds.
Legacy Media pitches up
He
their
got him,
circus
dude.
tents outside.
Most wanted computer hacker is behind bars.
Kevin shares one large holding cell with 60 other inmates. He doesn't eat for 2 days because the food isn't kosher.
Ah.
Inside, all eyes are fixed on the defendant. Kevin is charged with 14 counts of wire fraud, 8 counts of possession of unauthorized access devices, interception of wire or electronic communications, and causing damage.
Lost a paper.
When Kevin is led away from the court, Tsutomu calls out from the front row. Kevin looks back at his nemesis, the one man who finally saw through the lies and deceptions.
No
To find
way.
him. He nods, says nothing, and walks away. His appeals for bail are churned down by every single court in the U.S., including the Supreme. Kevin says the beefed-up charges are an injustice, and his treatment is a denial of his constitutional rights. But why won't anyone believe him?
Because he's Kevin.
He has one last idea. But then, a group of officers storm into the cell and throw him into solitary confinement.
What?
Might change a lot of things in a negative way. I mean, he's trying so hard to get to at least get a trial, and then this comes up.
Oh, that's fucking Kevin. Remember? Oh.
Christmas Day passes without incident. The hack on Yahoo was a hoax carried out by members of the Free Kevin movement.
Oh.
There was no logic bomb. After 4 years of prison and solitary confinement, Kevin pleads guilty to 4 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of computer fraud, and 1 count of illegally intercepting a wire communication.
I didn't think of the consequences when I was engaging in this behavior. I just did it. I'd copy the code, store it on a computer, and go right on to the next without even reading the code.
Interesting.
You know, and that's a complete different motivation of somebody who's really out for financial gain or foreign country or a competitor trying to obtain, information like economic espionage, for instance.
He looks
I hate
just
to
so
suggest
smart.
a waste of your talent, but as I listen to you, I think you make a great lawyer.
Well, I don't know if you're convicted of a felony if they'd allow you to be admitted to the bar.
Kevin
He
Mitnick
seems like
is
such a
released from
normal
prison
guy.
after nearly 5 years. When Kevin was on his crime spree, his hacking exploits seemed like mythology to the outside world. But by the time the sun hits his face, the world needs his skills.
Exactly, dude.
So, soon after his release, he testifies before the Senate and advises on how to better protect computer systems from attacks.
No shot.
So I really like
That's
Sleep,
Pac-Man.
And the thing that I do like about Sleep is that it's an alternate reality.
That was
Nothing is
Pac-Man. That was great. That was sick. Dude, Kevin's a legend. That was nuts. Ow. That was really interesting. That was insanely well made. Holy shit.